what's up YouTube? Boulder here, and I am playing some more DCS World. This time I am in the F-86. Oh, just look at this beautiful piece of machinery. Oh yeah. So, what is the F-86? It is pretty much a Korean War aircraft. And it is a very simple aircraft for that matter. If you think the MiG-21 is a simple bare-bones computer, well, you are in for a surprise. But I don't mind that, because this is a very interesting aircraft, and it's pretty much the gap between World War II fighters and more modern fighters, like, well, even Vietnam fighters, actually. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this up for a quick little joyride, kind of get first impressions of it. I had a few flights of it, so that's what I'm going to do.
Chief, turn on the ground power.
So the first thing you want to do is turn on the ground power. Once you start seeing lights go
Ground power is now on.
and such, you are good to go. Ah, there we go. Alright. So, after that, what do you want to do? Well, you want to take this switch and flip it there. Then hold down this button. Put it to battery. And what you hear, this is not an APU. These are the engines spooling up already. Yeah, I'm not joking. The engines are starting up right now. And ooh, I didn't notice the circuit breaker switch. That's kind of cool. Can I see it without my track IR going insane? Probably not. But this aircraft is a little freaking weird. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, you want to hit the home key after the engine starts spooling up. Why is that? Various reasons, but let's just say that the throttle goes in increments, and now we're at idle. So I'm going to have my wonderful ground crew disconnect. I don't really have to, but that's just being nice.
Copy.
There we go.
Ground power is now off.
Alright. That looks good. I'm going to close the air brakes. I do not know why that comes standard, but I am going to put down these flaps, and yeah, that is pretty much the startup. It is amazingly simple. I haven't really done a lot of weapons testing with this, and trust me, this is pretty much a fighter military jet designed to kill people, so there is that to take into consideration. But more into this, I'm just interested in flying for the most part. Seeing what this thing can do, and I have to say I am quite impressed. The taxiing on this aircraft is a little weird. And by a little weird, I mean very, very, very weird. I mean, holy shit, it's kind of weird. So pretty much, I need to... I don't know what the best way to put it is. You need to hit the S key in order to turn the wheel. And then once that happens, it should stay there for the duration of the turn, is what I get the gist of. And it is totally weird, but what can you do? It looks like I got that perfectly lined up, so I'm going to figure out why I'm going to the left of the runway. I don't want to go to the right of the runway. I don't want to go there. Alright. The at least we avoided catastrophe. I'm still trying to get used to this thing. I got it for a Steam sale, which was quite fun. It's really weird when dealing with DCS compared to most other games on Steam, because you can't activate a DCS mod on Steam if you don't buy from Steam. But if you do buy a DCS mod off of Steam, then you can actually, I guess the best way to put it is that you can actually get this CD key from Steam and port it into DCS worlds. That's a weird thing. I do that because it gives me the 64-bit version of this game, which is much better. And ooh, look. So I'm doing a little bit of aerobatics, or is it acrobatics? I'm not sure. I've heard both terms be used. If someone can tell me, I'd be happy, but either way, we are going to Top Gun this guy. Whoa, yeah! Going into the danger zone. Okay, cut the music. I don't want to get a copyright strike. Alright. Whoa! That was not good. So it is actually a very capable turning aircraft, if you haven't noticed. Granted, I did just stall, but looking at it, this is actually pretty good. A nice, sharp-turning aircraft. This was actually a jet that was designed in an era where dogfighting was the norm. As I said, this is pretty much a mix between World War I, or not World War I, but this is pretty much World War II ingenuity and combat in a fighter jet. This is subsonic or transonic. I do believe you can go reach Mach 1 if you're in a dive, but there is no afterburner, and I don't think it can reach Mach 1 in straight and level flight. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay. Getting a little bit of a red out there. Let's head into the mountains. That'd be a nice playground. This thing is also quite the fuel hog as well, so I wouldn't, like, full throttle it the entire way, because this thing can cause issues if you try to do that. And so far, this thing is quite nice. It's a simple little aircraft. You can turn on a dime. You can, like, freaking line yourself up to roads pretty easily. And this is technically a multi-role aircraft, because there is some air-to-ground capability as well. And I'm not exactly sure what this plane primarily did in the Korean War. I know it served a big part in the air campaign and in Big Alley, but I don't necessarily know what its purpose was in air-to-ground. I'm sure it had a pretty substantial purpose. But then again, we were still flying Mustangs, and we were still using those to attack the enemy in air-to-ground. So, it is what it is. I will say, though, that this is quite a detailed plane. I do not know how accurate it is. This is made from Belsom Tech, the same guys who gave you the Mi-8 and the Huey. So for them to make an airplane, you know, tip the hat to you. Yeah, this is, from what I can get of this aircraft, it is pretty much a get up and go. Start up as quick as possible, get into the sky, and fight. Which I can admire in an airplane. There's nothing wrong with that. It's certainly better than the A-10, which makes you use like 1 billion types of systems to get the effective kill that you desire. And that's weird because the A-10 is actually simple compared to most jets. As in most military jets. Which is kind of saying something. So what does that mean for an F-15? Well, let me just tell you this right now. The F-15 in Flaming Close 3 is not accurate. Meaning that you have to do a lot more than what the simulator tells you that you have to do. And, well, I guess that's all there is to it. Still, I'm not really full throttle on this. This thing does have some nice thrust. But we're about to find out what the thrust-to-weight ratio can do. So we're going to head into this mountain and climb. Wow, honestly, it doesn't feel like anything. If anything, it feels like I'm flying Ace Combat. Kid you not. I was going straight and level through that. Did you freaking see that? Oh, god damn. I love that. Oh, this is just beautiful. I don't know if I'm going to nerdgasm over this, but I'm kind of getting there. I certainly have a nerd boner going on. Actually, I really don't. But I certainly do find this to be delicious. Ooh. Oh, that works for me. Wow. And all systems seem to be go, and if you look at the altimeter, I mean, just look at that thing. That is like something you'd find in either an old American plane or a newer propeller plane that doesn't have a glass cockpit in it just yet. It's so basic, it's so mechanical, it's so... I don't want to call it primitive because it's definitely not. But it is a nice altimeter, something that I am very familiar with. And can I actually change the... Oh yes, I can change the freaking... Yes! I can change the altimeter or the barometer settings. That is just... Oh. I'm happy. Let me just put it this way. This aircraft is fun. That's not to say I don't have my grievances, though. I might actually do a review on this aircraft, because I do have some pretty big complaints regarding this plane. I'm almost going Mach... Whoa, fuck me. Alright, that was weird. I blacked out. Immediately. That is some weird stuff. Let's find ourselves an airport, though. Let's see what's close by. Nothing is close by. Oh boy. Fuel quantity isn't dire, and I can get to Sanaki. Not too bad. And apparently this thing has a radar. I don't know how sophisticated it is. Probably not much. But once I'm done with this, I'm gonna show you another thing that this aircraft can do, and you know, let you decide for yourself. For the most part. Come on. This plane is gonna get me killed. Wow, this plane is dangerous. And not just for the person on the receiving end, but the pilot as well. It just beeped at me for going idle. I wonder if I can get a flame out from doing that. I don't think I can. But if I do, then I have no idea how to restart in mid-flight. This isn't like the MiG-21 where I could just flip a switch or push a button and be alright with a mid-air restart. Maybe it does, I don't know. But this thing, oh my, this thing has turned. Something that I wish that the MiG-21 had. I am impressed. In fact, I'm quite happy about this one. Wow. Okay, kudos to Belson Tech for this wonderful airplane. I can lower my flaps at quite a fast speed. I should probably lower my speed even more. There we go. Yes, now this is how you slow down for landing. Ooh, yes. I should either lose some altitude or go in for a longer final. I don't know. Let's see if I can do a short final. Okay, I want this plane. It'd be like my go-to aircraft. Plus, it uses the Imperial system of measurement instead of the stupid metric system. Metric system isn't stupid, but I don't use it. I don't know what landing this aircraft is like. Probably a little bit more well, I wouldn't say it's too difficult. Well, I don't know. I haven't landed this plane yet. I know trying to land the MiG-21. Oh, jeez. That's difficult. That is something. Alright, so we are... I'm also going the wrong way. I wonder if this thing has a safety switch. Probably does. Like a master arm switch. I don't know what the landing speed of this aircraft is, so we're about to find out. At least I can see the runway, unlike, you know, a certain plane I could mention. I shouldn't be giving the MiG-21 that much shit, but I will. This thing has a very nice thrust-to-weight ratio, I must add. Ridiculous. I am pretty low. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Few skid marks here and there, but for all intents and purposes, this thing flies very smoothly. It's like it was designed to be easy, and maybe that's what the design was for. Simple use means you don't have to worry about a lot of stuff, and who knows, there might be some truth to that. But, anyway. That said, I'm going to go into a combat situation with this plane. Alright, so this plane is obviously a fighter. It's capable of taking out other aircraft, but there is something that needs to be mentioned with this fighter. As I said before, it is a mix between a World War II aircraft and a more modern aircraft. And not just the way that it doesn't really have heat-seeking missiles, though yes, you can actually put Sidewinders on this plane. It has more to do with the fact that it uses a 50 caliber machine gun. Now, 50 cal machine guns aren't bad, but in terms of going up against aircraft, they aren't necessarily that good. We tend to use 30mm aircraft, and in Vietnam it was bumped up to 20mm from the 50 cal, so, you know, there is just that. But anyway, we're intercepting this Antonov. And you'll see what I mean. If this was a 30mm, that thing would already be going towards the ground. But we're just making the engines smoke a little bit. Let's see if we can do a little bit more to this thing. I don't know if I can, but we'll try. We'll at least try. Come on. By now, a MiG-15 would have flanked me and killed me. Oh, we got rid of one engine. There we go. You know, I wonder if fighter pilots watch the enemy aircraft go down in flames, because that stuff is kind of mesmerizing to me, but that's probably because I'm a psychopath, and I might want to see a psychiatrist. I don't know, it just seems kind of cool to see that aircraft go down in flames, and then boom! Yeah, so this thing is clearly capable of Being a fighter, it can shoot aircraft down, and if we were able to get a Sidewinder going, then that might actually be quite a good thing. But definitely it's in the camp where it is not going to be good enough against something like even a MiG-21, but it will definitely be a lot better than well, a P-57 or an old Nazi aircraft like a Messerschmitt Me-109 or stuff like that. So it's kind of in the DCS limbo, and I hope to see the MiG-15 soon, because that would be cool. Anyway, with that said, like and favorite this video and subscribe. There are plenty more videos where that came from, so you have a nice day.